What you'll want to do is customize the information that you see in the grid cells, as well as the information that's overlaid on top of the image in the Loupe view. Well, let's start off in the Loupe view because that one's a little bit easier to see. I'll go ahead and double click one of my images and I'm now in the Loupe view. Next step is to navigate to the View pull-down menu and then to choose View Options. This will then open up the View Options dialog. And I'll reposition this actually over here so I can see the info overlay. Now the first thing that we need to do is to click on this checkbox in order to preview some of the information. Now currently you can see it's giving me some exposure and ISO info in the first line. Well, that's because it's displaying info 2, which is located down here. Now I can change that. Let's say I simply want to see the file name up top, and now I have that file name displayed there. So it's as simple as making changes from these pull-down menus. What about Loupe Info 1? All I need to do is to preview that by selecting it here, and then same thing. I can make different changes by selecting them from the pull-down menu in this way. Now one more thing I want to point out here, and that is this little general message. It says show message when loading or rendering photos. You definitely want to leave that checked on. Otherwise, the image may be rendering. You won't really know why. It'll be a little bit frustrating. This will basically make your workflow a little bit more seamless and enjoyable, so leave that turned on. All right, well, what about the grid view? What we can do is click on this tab up top. It will take us to the grid view. And currently, it's showing my grid extras. Now, if I turn this off, I won't have any preview. I won't be able to customize this. So let's turn that back on and then note that we can toggle between compact cells or between these expanded cells. Now, there are a number of different options that we have. Cell icons that we can include, compact cell extras, so that would be if we were in this view here, and then also expanded cell extras, which would be if we were in this particular view here. So for example, currently it's giving me an index number. I'm going to go ahead and change this to file name. What you're going to see now is it's showing me the file name above the images in this particular location. Now there are a lot of different options here, yet they're all really self-explanatory, meaning, in other words, do I want to tint the grid cells with the label colors? Well, we either want that or we don't. And again, if we go to the compact cells, you'll notice that you have some other options, and you'll always see the preview of the options over here in the grid. If we don't want that index number, again, just turn off that option. So because this is so visual, it doesn't really make sense to get into all the nitty-gritty, except to point out that this is there so that you can customize it further so that it makes the most sense for your own particular workflow.